day going? Okay, we're back. We're not going to allow that to be a distraction. Hopefully, you can hear me. Hopefully, you can see me. And all right, connection. We're gonna work. We're not doing this today. Okay, we're not doing this today. All right, guys, we're back again. But as you see in the title, we're talking about change. Why is change so challenging? Why is change one of those things that is necessary growth, but it's so hard to do because we're so used to doing what we're used to doing. But we can't allow that to be our stumbling block. We have to tap into understanding that in order for us to change, we have to make a decision. And once that decision is made, we have to go for it. Like, we can't act as if we can declare things and not take action. It's action season. That's what we need to be doing in 2025. If you say you want change, you've asked yourself that question, how bad do you want it? All right, how bad do you want it? Are you going to do what it takes to become who the Most High has called you to be, who your Creator has made you to be? Like, literally, we have to think about that. And change is not always what other people may say you need to do. Change is sometimes that thing that is done in private. Change is that thing that is done before you get the results. As I say that, that's for real where a lot of us get stuck. We want to see the results before we actually take action, and it don't work that way. You got to we going a little deep. You have to dig deep in the root. The roots got to dig deep before the tree sprouts. And we always want to see the tree sprout before we actually take the action. It don't work like that. You got to crawl before you walk. So during those times where you know that it's hard and you want to keep doing the same thing and getting the same results, that's when you're supposed to start. So if that's you today, start right now. Stop making excuses. Stop saying, "Oh, I'll do it when." Nah, that it don't work that way. In order for you to see change in your life and to actually stop saying you're going to do a thing and get a thing done, you got to get in the roots. I know it sounds like what, but it's so real, because I'm one that believes in the word. The word talks about plants, the word talks about trees, the word talks about that a whole lot. And because it talks about that, it gives us an example of how we can move in our life. It's so important for us to understand that in order to get results, you got to take action. What is it that you want in your life right now? And all it requires you to do is start changing and start practicing different principles so that you can get a different result. Who is this for today? If this is for you, make sure you give this a like and also share it so we can have this conversation going. Because the common denominator in people's life is we constantly want to talk about change, but yet we don't want to take no action. 2025 is going to require you to take action. I don't care how long it takes you to get there. If you asked yourself how bad do you want it, then it's time to take action. That's what you have to tell yourself on the days that you feel like this ain't gonna work for me, this ain't gonna happen for me, whatever that thing is that you are hoping to see change in your life. However, you keep getting stuck. The reason why you keep getting stuck is because you're giving up when it gets hard. No, change requires you to dig into the roots. What is it that you need to do that you're not talking to nobody about, but it's something that you know for a fact you got to do? I can be transparent. A part of my journey is to share my life story. And currently, my goal now is to concentrate on weight loss. Like, weight loss is something that I've always struggled with, and I can be very transparent. Changing your eating habits when you're used to eating bad things, it is so challenging. However, that's not an excuse to be unhealthy. Is it? No, it's not. So as I be transparent and go before you guys as my accountability partners, like, it's time to make changes. If you want to see different results in your life, if you know that the Most High is calling you to another level, it's time to make changes, girl. Like, you can't just be sitting there worried about what everybody else talking about, how everybody else looking. You busy helping this one, helping that one, but you ain't making no changes in your life. I know the title of this conversation was, why is change so hard? It's so hard because we're set in our ways. It's so hard because we choose to do the same thing and get the same result versus doing the hard thing, taking some time out in our life to concentrate on ourselves, not in a selfish matter, but in a matter enough to be able to help someone else because you will actually get those results. Like, it's important. It's time to make changes. If you to be like the dopest year ever, I'm still struggling with what I want to rhyme with 2025. But if you want this to be the dopest year ever, it's time to make changes. It is. Like, if YouTube is something that, you want to do, like, get on YouTube and start creating. Stop waiting for other people to validate who God has showed you that you are. It's time out for that. Keep being great. Keep working and make the changes that's necessary. How are you going to make the changes that's necessary? Every time you see yourself going back into a bad habit, you have to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? Okay? Like, it's so necessary for us to concentrate on making the necessary changes because change is hard, but the is make that decision, okay? Second, once you make the decision to change that area in your life, and don't be trying to do a whole lot at one time. If you're one that can do that, okay, but you really want to get results. And change is definitely challenging because it requires you to do something that's out of habits. Habits. Hold on, I need some H2O. And the sun is just doing the most. Like, habits definitely are the results of change. Like, you have to start with the baby steps. You have to start with the things that are uncomfortable, that are becoming the root of your results. And those are the things that we don't want to do. Like, for me, I know that weight loss will be very beneficial to my health. I know that weight loss would be very, important for me to do, but I want to still eat the cakes and pies. No, I have to make a conscious decision to say, the cakes and pies, they got to go. Okay? And that's the first step. It's like you have to identify that thing that will keep you stuck. And me being transparent, I'm working on that for 2025. And I hope you guys join me. Like, it's time out. And whenever you're watching this, you could watch this in 2026, 2027, whenever. The point of making a decision is the point that I'm making, that you have to identify those things that are uncomfortable and start with the baby steps, and you'll start getting results. When I made the decision to fire my 9 to 5 in 2023, that took a lot of courage. It took, and that's number 2, courage. You have to have the courage to say, you know what, I'm doing this regardless. And that also will, you can gain courage by having that faith of a mustard seed. I know I have that mustard seed, okay? But I mean, mustard seed jewelry. I just wanted to, again, it wasn't supposed to be formal. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. The sun, I was trying to not have them on, but the sun was doing the most. So I was like, all right, whatever. Um, but no, it's important to start to tap into, all right, yeah, change is hard, but I want to be great. I want different in my life. I don't want to keep saying I wish I could and not just do it. Like, it's time for us to concentrate on making changes. I'm doing all right. How are you? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Like, when this is originally being recorded, it's on a Friday, and we just chit chatting about change. Change requires you to dig deep so that your tree can blossom, so that you can actually have a difference. Like, I'm so thankful I don't work a 9 to 5 no more. And it was one of the hardest decisions of my life to make because I was like going into the unfamiliar. It's different when you don't work the way that you're used to working, waiting for that paycheck every other week. It's totally different. That is a huge change in the entrepreneurship community versus the 9 to 5. Even though you get to a position to where you're back at the every other week, you're paying yourself, but it's different because you're depending on just you. So it's definitely change. But you have to make a decision that I want it bad enough to, make some changes. Like, I want it bad enough to do the hard things. Like, we have to do that. And I don't know who this is for today. This could be for me on the replay, but 2020, I don't know what to do with the sun, guys. I don't. But how bad do you want it? That's change is going to be hard, but so what? Life is going to be hard regardless of if you line your life up on purpose or if you keep doing the same thing. So you might as well take that risk. Take that chance. Like, don't that's going to throw you off completely. However, if YouTube is something you want to do it. Like, that's just an example. If I don't know what that was. If whatever that thing that you're called to do, what are you going to sacrifice? Like, I know for me, I sacrificed a whole lot. When I quit my 9 to 5 and I walked by faith and said, you know what, entrepreneurship is for me, I can do this. Boy, when I tell you, it was scary when that week and a half came and I ain't getting no paycheck. Of course, it goes into reconnecting. I don't know. But yeah, but yeah. Oh, stop worrying about that change is hard and just make a decision. Like, I'm gonna be that friend to tell you what it is. Like, don't nobody care about your excuses. That's what I have to tell myself all the time. When I'm in a position and I know I need to make some decisions, I know I need to make some changes, I can't be like saying that it's hard. I have to just go into a place of, so okay, life is hard. This is what you got to tell yourself, sis. Don't be worried about what it looks like and concentrate on where you're going. That's how I can encourage you today, for sure. Again, I hope that you guys have an amazing day. I'm about to go take care of some more stuff, but I just wanted to hop on here on this lovely Friday and stop saying why it's changed so hard and just start doing the things you know you need to do. And you'll thank yourself later. And honestly, on the way, ask yourself, how bad do I want to see change? That's why my academy is called HBDI. How bad do I want it? Well, not want, but how bad do I? You ask yourself that question and you do the things that are necessary. If you are going to be in the Dumfries, Virginia area, February 1st, come out. We're doing history to healing, and um, it's definitely going to be a rewarding experience if you're looking to be free, if you're looking to no longer repeat the same things, to have change in your life. Come join us February 1st if you're watching this before February 1st. I'm trying to make this into a little heart. That's what I'm over here concentrating on. Um, but it's not happening. But anyway, I'm pretty much done with this conversation. Of course, if you know somebody that all they need to hear is make a decision. All they need to hear is get started now. Share this live with them. Make sure you know you guys thumb it up so we can have these hard conversations and get through these times, because you're only one decision away from changing your whole life. One decision away. And it's important to not get stuck. It's important to keep going. It's important to understand that growth is sometimes painful. Growth is not going to always feel amazing, because you're going into another chapter. So your body and your mind is being prepared for the next level. And we have to embrace change instead of run away from change. Embrace it. It's okay if you have different friends. It's okay if you're not around certain family members anymore. It's okay if you are in a new work environment. It's time out to being limited to what we're familiar with. That's where so many people lose it, because they keep doing the same thing, wanting different results. That's insanity. You are literally going to go nuts if you don't embrace change. And sometimes change requires discipline. And nobody likes to do that, but it's necessary. Like, it is. I'm definitely, since I've turned 40 in December, I'm like, man, I got to make some changes health wise. My body saying, ma'am, you're not 20 anymore. We're not doing this with you. Who is that for today? Like, your body is definitely going to tell you this for my 40 and up club, and I'm not going to be one of them people running around here uncomfortable. All because I can't put the cakes and pies down. No. But yeah, I caught a feeling on that one. Again, make the changes, girl. Get what you got to get done. Be sure to follow me on all platforms, because I be doing different stuff. Like, I'm about to go to another platform and I'm going to have a conversation real quick. Why? Because change is necessary. This is me calling you. So if I don't be answering your phone call, I'm on here. Like, for sure. It's time out to keep doing the same thing, wanting different results, and then being mad at the people around you because you haven't tapped into who you're called to be because you're afraid to change. None of that's necessary. So, I hope again that you have an amazing day. You make today the best day ever, and smile at somebody. Um, because smiling is a gift. Everybody can't smile. Pray for the person in front of you, pray for the person behind you. You never know, your prayer may change and save their life. And make today the best day ever, for real. Like, don't worry about why change. Definitely grown. This the 40 and up club, and if you're younger than me, I'm just trying to share with you, sis. Do what you gotta do, because nobody's coming to get you, and excuses only keep you stuck. And for real, once you just dive into it and stick to it, it's going to be a challenge because you're used to your old habits. But whatever you want that bad, you have to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? And you have to buckle down and grow. If y'all don't get nothing else from this, just remember, a tree grows both ways. And until before you see it sprout and produce its fruit, it's built longer roots. The roots have gone deeper. So you got to dive deep into them roots and get done what you got to get done. So I'll leave y'all with that. If nobody else has told you they love you, I love you. And good day.